Attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
This is the Adam Carriker Show.
Position right of the quarterback, out of the shotgun, 1st and 20. Jailbreak screen in the air. It is tipped. It is intercepted by Carriker at the Missouri 21-yard line.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, 8-year NFL vet and All-American defensive lineman Adam Carriker.
Shotgun snap to Everidge. He's got the left arm going, and now he's got a whole lot of Adam Carriker who rips him down inside the 25-yard line.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Adam Carriker.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Adam Carriker Show here on 93.7 The Ticket, the show that gives you unique insights, unbridled honesty. And I'm joined by Rico today. Stu, we will not be getting Jake's world-famous naps today. Rico, are you going to take any naps today?
No, I don't have. I can't take naps. I can't afford to take naps.
You are a very busy guy. You are a very busy guy. My kids tend to take naps whenever I'm talking to them, but I digress. All right.
I wish my kids took naps.
Oh, man. Unique insight, unbridled honesty, if you can't tell. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. I'm joined by Rico today, noon to 1 p.m. Central Time, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Join Steve Taylor on Wednesdays. Grab your lunch. Come join us. You're going to hear Husker sports, college football, and general sports as a whole today. The topics on tap for today, Matt Rhule, okay? Kind of used the word, I forget the exact phrase, but he used the word, and I quote, chaos, but like he expected the chaos. He anticipated. He even tried to warn us about it, to be honest with you, which is part of the reason why when you watch him in these press conferences, these past two press conferences, his signing day press conference yesterday after their bowl practice, like he's very good with the microphone in front of his face. Like he's very good at public speaking. From before he got here, I knew that. His first press conference, like he's very, very good. So sometimes it's hard to tell And that's a compliment, by the way. It's a good thing. All right, it's much better than being bad in front of the microphone. So it's a compliment. But sometimes I can't tell, if he's good in front of the microphone. Do I take sometimes with a grain of salt? The only time I've ever been like, wow, that was bad was earlier this year. Okay. And this is long in the past, but when he really didn't know how to make the offense better. And I'm paraphrasing. He clearly looked lost in that press conference. That was eons ago. Other than that, he always looks great. Sounds great. But there's something different about the past two press conferences. And I watched the one yesterday. And I'm like, man. So yes, he used the word chaos, basically expecting chaos. There's going to be more chaos, perceived chaos, I think is the words he used. And there's going to be more to come. And he's right. But I watch him. He's like, I love December. And basically he anticipated, he expected, he tried to warn us about it. But I'm like, there's something under the surface that I feel like he knows in a really good way, because it doesn't come across to me, his past two press conferences, like someone who's just really good in front of the mic. Like there is something he's uber confident about. And I watched it a couple times and I'm like, all right, there's going to be more chaos coming, but he seems ready for it, anticipated for it. And there is chaos when you have coaches leaving and coming and going, and we're going to hire a secondaries coach, and you got a bowl game, and you got the transfer portal and NIL and signing day. And just imagine the NFL with the draft, free agency, and the season all leading up to the Super Bowl. Like, how crazy would that be? It's ridiculous. We need to fix this college football calendar. But that's a topic for the offseason, about how to fix college football's offseason, which is really in season, which is half the problem. But I digress. My point is there's something under the surface when I look at it, when I'm watching him. And I'm like, is this offseason Kool-Aid? Is this the offseason national championship just coming out of me already? Like, it's too soon for this. I got to wait until at least January for this. But it's like, I'm watching him. There's something underneath the surface. And I'm trying to read between the lines. Why does he look so inner confident? Why does he come out and talk about the year 3 jump again when he doesn't need to talk about it to begin with? And he's just like, states it like a fact. We're going to take a jump. Year 3, we're going to take that jump. And I'm like, I'm trying to read between the lines. So here's what I came up with. After talking with some folks I know, their impressions, my impressions, watching it again. As far as the year 3 jump, I asked people to chime in yesterday, and then I forgot to ask for Jake's response from the text line. So do me a favor. What's that text line there, Rico?
402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Sartor Heyman text line.
All right. So what would you consider a year 3 jump? Text into that number. All right. And I thought about it since yesterday. For me, the bare minimum, this is not a jump. This is just a step. Okay. But the bare minimum is 7-5. Bare minimum, that's not a jump. What I would deem as acceptable is 8 wins. Acceptable. The goal, if we're talking a jump, is 9 wins. And then some people were like, no, Adam, that's not enough. If we're talking a jump and you're getting 9 wins, there's got to be at least one ranked win in there. And you got to be you got to keep in mind, we've won 1 game in November the past 2 years. Okay. You got to be at least 500 in November. So to me, that's what a jump means. All right, Rico, stop me whenever we get some responses. Let me know what the people are saying. But what does a jump mean to you?
Can I read you the 4 November games?
Go ahead.
So the 4 November games.
It's tough. It is tough. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
USC at home on November 1st.
Yep.
Travel to UCLA the next week. Then you have a bye week. You travel to Penn State. And then you host Iowa.
I'm going to stick. If you're going to win 9 games, you got to be 500 in November. And yes, that is probably the toughest stretch of our entire schedule. I'm going to shock you with this. The first 4 games is the least difficult. You got your 3 non-conference, although Cincinnati's we're going to pretend Big 12's Power 4 still. A Power 4 team. I'm just going to go with the narrative. Okay. It's Power 2, the next 2, and everybody else. But we'll say Power 4. And then Michigan, I believe they're the 4th game or 5th game?
They're the 4th game, right after Houston Christian.
Okay. Well, our version of Mercer, but yes. So that's probably the easiest part of our schedule. Then you get into the meat of the schedule, and then you get into the last month of the schedule. So I'm going to stick with it. If we're talking jump, not improvement, not step forward, jump. 1 ranked win, 500 in November. 8 wins is acceptable. 9 wins is the goal. Are people disagreeing? Do we have any responses yet?
Right now, yes. Thunder Not Colin says, with that schedule, the jump is 10-2.
Ooh, okay. No, I don't want to hear schedule again, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Railroader Matt says competitive play every game and 7 to 8 wins is a jump for them. Riley W. Adam says nothing wrong.
All right. I like it. The other response I got was win the games we're supposed to. And if we do that, my goodness, there's 8
what are my question for that?
I don't want to look at the schedule and project wins again. Go ahead.
My question for that is what is the games you're supposed to outside of like the non-conference, like, okay, Cincinnati, sure, I guess you could say that's the one you're supposed to get. But then, you have Akron and Houston Christian. Like, okay, those are games you're supposed to. But then in the Big Ten Conference, with how Nebraska's played the last few years, what are the games you're supposed to win?
So if we just go by who's supposed to win, we should start 3-1, with all due respect to Cincinnati, Akron, Houston Christian. And if we're supposed to win or lose these games, not going to dive into depth. Michigan's going to be supposed to beat us 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan State, Maryland, Minnesota, Northwestern. I don't know enough about, nobody knows enough about their team at this point in time to project the next year. Let's just say we're supposed to be, just looking at brands, Maryland, Northwestern, and maybe you split Minnesota and Michigan.
Yeah,
Michigan State.
Those ones could be coin flips.
6-2.
Yeah.
So then you get to the last month. We're supposed to beat UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably not supposed to beat USC or Penn State. So what's that got us? 8-3?
8-3.
So then it comes down to Iowa. And Iowa has obviously had the advantage. If you go to overtime, Nebraska's supposed to win. Over extended period of time, if you go to recruiting freaking rankings, Nebraska's supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
So if we win the games we're supposed to, it's in Lincoln, by the way.
Yeah.
9-3.
Okay. If you win the games you're supposed to win, you get 9 wins.
And 500 in November, by the way.
That'd be nice. That would be a really nice jump.
All right.
And depending on the rankings of those other teams,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing is, when Nebraska wins,
Mm-hmm.
because that goes into it, Nebraska could end up with a number next to their name at the end of the season.
That is true. You get, well, if we're 9 wins as a Big Ten team, you're going to be ranked.
Yeah.
Okay. Beating one ranked team, being 500 in November, we're probably top 20 at that point if we've done something like that. Now, we don't play Oregon. We don't play Ohio State. Okay, I don't know what Michigan's going to look like next year. Obviously, they finished the year. They're pretty happy how they finished the year, but as a whole, Michigan fans aren't happy.
They're probably starting a true freshman at quarterback next year.
The odds are, yeah. Penn State, they're always going to be a good, tough team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going back to kind of reading between the lines. So I'm going to connect dots. Maybe they should or should not be connected. But to me, if you just think about it for 2 seconds and then we'll move on with our lives and I'll never bring it up again. I get the feeling Matt Rhule, and he's told me to my face last spring, he goes, you've got to make the hires and the decisions that you want to make, not worrying about people's reactions. And he flat out said, I'm not trying to make the splashy hire. He's going to make the best hire he sees fit. That's John Butler.
Do you want to hear that quote?
Go ahead.
It's in about a 2-minute long thing, but this is Matt Rhule on why and how he came to the decision to hire John Butler as the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, it was very, very, very methodical. I talked to John about his vision. I interviewed probably 6 people. There were a lot of parameters to me that mattered. The least of which was the optics. I was like, I didn't care about making a splash or anything like that. I wanted to make the right decision. As I've said, Coach Kevin McGarry, who's been here the last couple of years, I think he told one of the candidates, that coming here is like is a defensive coordinator's dream. We practice a certain way, we play a certain way. So I wanted to get the right person. I talked to a lot of great candidates. There was a ton of interest from sitting defensive coordinators. But I thought I really like what we've done the last 2 years. I thought we maybe took a step back defensively a little bit this year in some areas. But I like what we've done. I like the overall general philosophy. And so, but to win moving forward, and this is something that, a mentor of mine, Phil Snow, said to me. He said, Matt, to win moving forward, the things we're doing, the havoc that we're creating is great on, third down, to be first and second down. To be great moving forward on third down, some of the stuff that we've done in the NFL, third down packages, second and long packages versus the teams who can really throw it. Like, we can go out, we played good against Iowa, but, Iowa's a running team, to be able to stop the offenses that we're going to need to stop that can drop back and spin the ball. We're going to need some advanced, I think, defense on third down, 2-minute red zone. And as I went through that, John had the top secondary in the NFL for 5 years. There was a lot of outpouring from our current players, guys I really respect. And, I'm not going to make that decision because of that, but I think they felt like some of the current guys in the secondary felt like after 3 or 4 years in college, John had brought a professionalism and a next level mentality to them that they thought was going to prepare them for the next level. Some of them had no business, they're leaving, so they didn't have to say that to me. So I think it was just a combination of who can add to what we're already doing at a high level, who can bring some things secondary wise to really help us. And who's someone, after working with John for a year, I thought he was really, really professional, really good to work with, great evaluator, and excited for him.
So a couple of things real quick. A lot of people have said, oh, he's just hiring his friends. He literally just said he's worked with him for a year. So this is not a friend hire. All right. Oh, before I forget, I almost forgot. Carriker's Trivia Challenge. It's going to be the first person who calls in. We'll start the second segment with it. Okay. Rico's got the questions.
Yep.
Call in. Have some fun. What's that number again, Rico?
402-464-5685.
They got the questions. All right. You beat me, you get the prize. If I win, I still play for the people. Third caller after that wins. But call in. The first person to call in, we will bring you live on air. You can do a Carriker's Trivia Challenge. We'll have a little fun, mono or mono woman, whatever the case may be. But I listened to that press conference. Part of the reason I think he's acting the way he is, and there were times last year when he's like, that was a brutal week. The Indiana week was brutal. I think after UCLA, that was a brutal week the following week. I think he's now like, I'm going to do what I think is best, which he's always done, but there's a certain level of passion, eyeballs, and chatter that follows a passionate program like Nebraska. And I think it was even a surprise for him, even coming from the Panthers. And I think he's now like, I'm not going to do the splashy hire. I'm going to hire the guy I think is best. And here's the deal. He took no shots, nothing but love and respect to Tony White, Terrence Knighton. By far our best unit the past 3 years, not even close, was the defense. But if you listen to what he said, there were some things we didn't do as well. And he wasn't wrong. Okay. Now, some of that is the secondary, which was John Butler's responsibility, which is why a lot of Husker fans, including myself, were like, I don't know about this. Tackling, pursuing to the ball. I addressed that yesterday. He was 100% correct on all that. But he talked about scheme. So to be clear, when it comes to Tony White, Terrence Knighton, like Tony White's going to be a head coach someday. Nothing but love and respect. Terrence Knighton's going to be a D coordinator, probably beyond that, nothing but love and respect. But if you listen, I think there's some things Rhule wanted to do differently, probably during the season. And I think he can do them going forward now. He's the head coach, to be clear. But Tony was also in charge of by far the best unit. But Matt Rhule's also a defensive guy. I think Butler may be more on the same page X and O's wise, coming from that NFL background, which is what Rhule talked about. And by the way, as god-awful as Carolina was while he was there, their defense was good. They actually had the number 2 defense in the league one year. It was the offense and other things that were. The defense has always been ahead of the offense on Rhule's teams in the past. We got Dana Holgerson here to hopefully help with that next year. So the question is the defense. I think they're going to be more on the same page schematically. I think John Butler, he's relatively unproven as a DC. He was at Penn State 2013. They had all the scholarship issues and things of that nature at that point in time. Some of the sanctions. So he's relatively unproven as a DC when it comes to the pass game, which is where we struggled and which he was in charge of. But my point is this. I think Phil Snow, Matt Rhule, and John Butler, and I was curious, is Butler going to be in charge of the defense like Holgerson clearly is in charge of the offense? I get the feeling, yes. I get the feeling Rhule likes what Butler's going to do. Schematically, I get the feeling Phil Snow is here. He's not hired, by the way, to be clear. If and when he comes, all right, he's basically going to help Rhule. He's his most trusted coach over the years is Phil Snow for Matt Rhule. He's going to basically help him be a head coach because he's only one man. And I've said before, being a college football coach is insane right now. By the way, I love Bill Belichick, but I can't wait to watch how that unfolds. Nobody's going to out-scheme him. But what's going to happen? I've been in meetings with that guy, and I've often thought, well, it's a good thing he coaches in the NFL. He'll never relate to young kids. Well, now here he is. Pre-draft meetings, by the way. Never played for him, to be clear. And I'm curious to see how he appeals to young kids, how he relates, especially since they can just up and leave anytime they want now. I'm just curious.
Interesting dynamic there.
It's going to be phenomenal. All right.
He plays Scott Frost in September.
I saw that. I can't wait for that. Such polar opposites in so many ways. My point is simply this, and these are the dots I'm going to connect, whether they should be connected or not, and then I'm never going to address it again. Last summer, our DB's coaches let go. Terrence Knight, not long after that, changes his ex-bio. Then he changes it back, and everyone calms down. John Butler is brought in. Tony White was not necessarily consulted on that. I don't think that that's a bad thing. I don't know it's a great thing. I don't know that it thrilled Tony. But Matt Rhule has to prioritize knowing that Tony's leaving. This is my DC in waiting. And he's flat out said that was the idea, one of the ideas when they brought Butler in. So you connect these dots now. Now at Florida State, Evan Cooper, Terrence Knighton, Tony White. Dots connected. Maybe they shouldn't be. I'm just going to put that out there and leave it alone. And maybe we're better in the future because some of these guys may be more on the same page. That's my only point and the only reason I bring that up. Does that make sense, Rico?
It does make perfect sense.
Okay. So maybe we're better on defense next year. Maybe we're not. I would take equivalent to. I'd be happy with that. And let's get the offense a whole hell of a lot better in the special teams.
There you go.
Foley, I love you. You shook my hand. You looked me in the eye. But at some point, that's got to be addressed. Right now, it's kind
100%.
of under the radar.
It's
okay.
An interesting side of the ball that has there's been very little talk about it.
So if we make that kick at Iowa, do you think Foley's done enough to keep his job?
No.
Even if we make that kick?
No.
Okay. I'm not gonna.
You're feeling better, but still, it's the way that the special teams played at the beginning of the season. And the rest of the season, really, outside of the field goal kicking, and really that was just one guy coming in and changing things. He got right at the Ohio State game. It just wasn't good enough all around in my mind to keep him around.
It's a whole topic for another day.
Yeah.
But I wanted your initial thoughts. At some point, that will be addressed, and we will talk plenty about it. I appreciate Rico's initial thoughts because I'm honestly on the fence because I haven't thought about it. We've had so much going on. I will dive more into it another time. All right, so those are the reading between the lines and expect more chaos. Matt Rhule warned us. He was right. It was more than we expected. He didn't seem shocked, and I'm very interested to see what comes in the near future. All right, as far as chaos, reading between the lines, and we'll see what happens on defense. They're going to bring in a secondaries coach as well. All right, finally, we're going to talk Nebraska's 15. When I was going to talk about this on Monday or Tuesday, I think I had 8 players, and then people just kept messaging me. And then we got a commitment yesterday. We're up to 15 players. Now, there could be more. You could say the entire 2025 recruiting class, but we know they're going to be here. These are guys who are young, talented, and could enter the portal that we need to retain. Young core players, and I'm not trying to say any of these guys are leaving. I actually think most of them are staying, which is why I have them on this list. So Willis McGahee, and this is in no particular order, by the way. Willis McGahee played behind true freshman Prince Will a couple of years ago. Prince Will was a true freshman. By the way, he's kind of trending to go where his older brother went, which was Ole Miss, it seems. All right. Played in some games, made some big plays versus Colorado, Ohio State, Wisconsin. Athletic. Christian Jones, Vincent Shavers, Dawson Merritt, Willis McGahee. Don't forget about Mooberry as well. He's just got to put some weight on. Young, talented linebackers. Number 1. Number 2, Cam Lenhart. Only returning defensive end, by the way. I started multiple games as a true freshman, played it over 20 games throughout his career. A Scott Frost guy that's still here. Got to recognize that. Hasn't gone anywhere and appears to be staying. There's been some smoke, but he appears to be staying. Got him on this list. Riley Van Poppel played more as a true freshman last year. Played 4 games, redshirted. A guy can play nose or end. A lot of these guys are D linemen. People are freaking out on the defensive front, and rightfully so, which is why I kind of started off with some of these guys. All right, now we're going to bounce all over the place. Emmett Johnson, clearly he's back. Our best running back is back. That has to mean something. All right. The last 3 games last year, he finally got to show what he could do. And in that game versus Wisconsin, I'll say it again. Why it hasn't been pointed out more, I don't know. He had more total yards in a Big Ten game than any Big Ten player has had in a Big Ten game since Saquon Barkley in 2016. Zaire Wright. How do you not love this guy? How do you not love this guy? Wasn't even a starter. Joined us in July, comes in, earns a black shirt, probably our best DB by the end of the year. Dylan Raiola, do I need to delve into a whole lot of this? He had 12 touchdowns, 10 INTs, hot start, strong finish. I know he's personally peer recruiting several people. Him and Dana, what wide receiver, pass catcher doesn't want to come and play with and for those guys? Are clearly going to build the offense around him. Ja'Cory Barney. All right, not only led the team, but set a Nebraska freshman record. Also led the team with 52 catches, 431 yards, 10 carries for 13 yards, which, by the way, I'm not a math major, but that 13 yards per carry is pretty good. All right.
He's a tough kid, too.
He is. And I see him, and I've said this before, as another Tavon Austin potential like and return game wide receiver, doing different things with him in a Dana Holgorsen type offense. And that was pretty much my list the other day. And here's some of the other names that were thrown at me, and I'm going to agree with them, which is why I've added them. Carter Nelson. The future is so bright for that kid. I debated this one. There's no debate. I was an idiot for debating it. Heinrich Harburg. I love this guy.
Okay.
He's not just going to be a tight end. Matt Rhule flat out said, FY tight end. Then he's like, oh, he could be a running back. He could be a receiver. And he's like excited to see what Dana can do with him as a chess piece in that Dana Holgorsen type offense. Keona Davis. He was gone when I had this list Monday. I'm glad I waited to talk about this. He's back. Again, another guy up front. Jalen Lloyd. These are other people that were sent to me. Jalen Lloyd. Don't forget what he did as a true freshman out of nowhere. All right, only the Ohio State receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yep.
The only person in the entire Big Ten that averaged more yards per catch 2 years ago than Jalen Lloyd is Marvin Harrison Jr., top 5 pick in the draft. I'm not saying Jalen's going to or not going to be a top 5 pick, but he's got that type of speed, burst, playmaking ability.
Hey, I thought he was one of the best route runners in that freshman class, his freshman class.
He is. With all due respect to Jamal Banks and Isaiah Nayor, oh, man, this is me getting real. Nothing but love and respect. And when I interviewed Jamal, one of my favorite players on the entire team this year, Jamal and Emmett were my 2 favorite players I interviewed. I don't know that them coming here helped us as much as we would have liked because Jalen didn't see the field as much. Ja'Cory, eventually as the year got along, got the ball, but maybe that happened sooner. And nothing but love and respect. Okay. Williams and Wari. How do I not add this guy to the list after yesterday?
Whoa, buddy.
There's 15. All right. Does anybody have anybody I missed? What's the final thing on the text line before we hit the break, Rico? Anything?
No other. Well, Thunder.com said, sorry, I'm hyped on Kool-Aid and milk coffee. When I asked about what are the games you're supposed to win, he said all of them. You're supposed to win all of them.
You are correct. You are absolutely correct.
Can't really disagree with that one.
No, can't disagree. Let the red Kool-Aid flow. It's my favorite color. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. And again, call in. Do we have any callers yet?
We did have a caller. I don't know if anybody answered it back here, but just call in again.
Yes.
We're going to go this break. I'll answer the phones. 402-464-5685.
First person to call in, you're going to get brought in. Carriker's Trivia Challenge. You may win a prize, and you can beat yours truly. We'll have some fun. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket is your place for English Premier League soccer. On Saturday, Arsenal plays Everton at 9 a.m., followed by Nottingham Forest facing off against Aston Villa at 11:30 a.m. On Sunday, Man City plays Man United at 10:30 a.m., and then to cap off the Sunday action, Chelsea will play Brentford at 1 p.m. You can catch all these matches and more at the McKinney's Irish Pub, your headquarters in Lincoln for English Premier League soccer at 8th and 10th.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to look at their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Our annual Teddy Bear Toss Night is coming Friday, December 13th, as the Stars host the Tri-City Storm at 7:05 at the Icebox. Wear your favorite ugly sweater to the game and then bid on the Specialty Stars game-worn ugly sweater jerseys after the game. Secure your seats for our last home game before Christmas now on December 13th by heading to LincolnStars.com.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylab.lnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, mainly cloudy skies to start, then freezing rain arriving this afternoon. Be careful on the roads. Should see a high around 30. Tonight, wintry mix continuing, low around 28. Tomorrow, we'll see a chance of light rain and snow throughout the day with a high near 40. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker from 93.7 The Ticket and TicketFM.com.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote control cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, Ugg, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3, get 1 free on smart wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy person in your life. Brown Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Dear Old Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Dear Old Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Dear Old Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly.
This is the Adam Carriker Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to segment 2 of the Adam Carriker Show. We've got a guest on the line for Carriker's Trivia Challenge. Before I bring our friend on segment 2 of the Adam Carriker Show. On the Ticket is sponsored by our good friends at Mulberry Barbecue at 11th and Cornhusker. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Try their burnt end sandwich, a brisket burrito, barbecue nachos, a full slab of ribs, a half-smoked chicken, and much, much more, plus incredible sides. Get fueled for lunch today or make dinner plans at Mulberry Barbecue by single barrel. A couple of quick things, then I shall take on our challenger. All right, first, I didn't say Vincent Shavers. Trust me, he was on the list of core players. I have really bad handwriting, and I missed it. All right, one quick note on Heinrich Harburg. He only played 96 snaps last year. That is just blasphemous. 18 came from either the backfield or split out wide. All right, and he also, some at the tight end position and some on special teams, mostly the punt team. We talked about schedules real quick. It has stood out to me that neither Michigan or Ohio State play Oregon. I'm sorry, how in the hell does that happen?
Have you seen Oregon's schedule?
I have not looked at the whole schedule.
Oregon's light work. They have Penn State. That's their they go to Penn State. That's their toughest game.
And Iowa. That's every year. All right, and one final thought. If you think we're getting hammered, all right, Oklahoma lost their quarterback, their entire starting offensive line last year. They just had 3 players. Hold on, let me get this right. Oklahoma loses 3 different players to transfer portal in a matter of a few minutes.
Jeez.
That's in the past 24 hours. It says 18 hours. So somewhere in the past 18 hours, they lost 3 players.
That's tough.
In a matter of minutes. All right, go ahead, Rico. Introduce our guest here.
All right, we have Neil on the phone. Neil, can you lower your radio a little bit?
Yeah, I shut it off.
All right, thank you so much, Neil. Welcome in to the Adam Carriker Trivia Challenge. Are you ready?
Ready to go.
All right, let me start this music, and then I will get to your questions. All righty now. Neil, this is Navy, Army, Navy questions. Which university did these players attend? Starting with Roger Staubach, Navy or Army?
Army.
He actually went to Navy. Glenn Davis, did he go to Navy or Army?
Army.
He did go to Army. And Alejandro Villanueva, Army or Navy?
We'll go Army again.
All right, that is correct. 2 out of 3 questions.
He literally
correct.
flipped the coin 3 times and got
really
it right
did.
twice.
He
Atta
really
boy,
did.
good job. Hope
That
I get
is-
us lucky.
It's a numbers game.
2 out of 3 for Neil. Adam, are
All
you
right.
ready?
Yes.
All righty. Keenan Reynolds, Army or Navy?
No freaking clue. I'm going to go Navy.
That is correct.
Awesome. I knew it all along.
Doc Blanchard, Navy or Army?
I feel like I should know that. I know the name for sure. Oh, man. I'm going to go with Navy.
Incorrect. Doc
Dang
Blanchard
it.
went to Army.
Dang
And your last one to get the tie and go to the tiebreaker, Malcolm Perry, Navy or Army?
Navy.
That is correct.
Yes.
2 out of 3 for Adam Carriker. 2
Oh.
out of 3 for Neil.
Jake's not here today. Jake and I have to have a sit-down discussion. I hate this tiebreaker, but go ahead.
All right, Neil, do you know how the tiebreaker works?
Do I pick something and pick a number? He goes over under.
He will pick the number and you will go over.
Yes,
or
you
under.
get the advantage. Thanks, Jake.
Are you ready?
Awesome. Ready to go.
All right, Adam's going to pick the number. Adam.
Okay.
Army and Navy have played 124 times.
Okay.
How many victories does Navy have?
Don't mind me. I'm just going to use the keyboard real quick. No, I'm kidding.
Tap.
How many? 124.
Yep.
I believe Navy has the edge. They won 13 years in a row at one point, so they have to have the edge, I would assume. Let's go with 72.
Neil, over or under?
That's the number I just put in my head. Over.
I am so sorry. Neil, that is incorrect.
Yes.
62. Adam Carriker wins.
I'm not competitive at all, ladies and gentlemen. That's all right. That's all right. Hey, here's what we'll do. The third caller. All right, call in. What's the number, Rico?
402-464-5685.
First of all, thank you for joining us, Neil. Number 2, we still need to give away a prize. All right, $100 gift certificate to Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street. You can pick up your prize if you're the third caller, okay, or it can be the first caller. I'll leave that up to Rico. He's running everything today, so it's a little bit harder for him. You can pick it up here at 93.7 The Ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Make Hog Wild the centerpiece of your holiday meal. Pre-order a 4-pound boneless ham for $50, a 12-pound whole smoked turkey, or a 4-pound turkey breast for $55. A complete meal includes your choice of a whole turkey or turkey breast, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, green beans or corn, and a dozen rolls for $130. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com soon. Quantities are limited. All weights are approximate before cooking. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to look at their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
The Huskers are headed to the Pinstripe Bowl. Cheer on the Huskers in New York City on the official Husker Pinstripe Bowl tour offered by the Nebraska Alumni Association. Your bowl package includes a 2-night hotel stay, round-trip transportation on game day, pregame events, and more. Spots are limited, so book your spot now on the official Husker Pinstripe Bowl tour with the Nebraska Alumni Association. Go to HuskerFanTravel.com or call 888-831-0858. That's 888-831-0858 or HuskerFanTravel.com. Are you looking for affordable drinks and a great atmosphere this football season? Highball Bar has you covered. Whether it's pregame tailgating, postgame festivities, or in-game celebrations, Highball Bar is the place to be. With $4 beers, $4 mixed drinks, and more during their 4 to 8 p.m. daily happy hour, Highball Bar will quickly become your go-to place to sit back, unwind, and be your team's #1 fan. Highball Bar, located in downtown Lincoln, just 3 blocks from Memorial Stadium at 122 North 11th Street.
Early break. He brings him in and teaches him how to be Santa Claus.
So what do you do if like a 16-year-old wants to sit on the lap? What do you do? There's a protocol.
Protocol. What do we do? How do we handle it?
Oh,
not
you
so
stand.
fast. Yeah. This is crazy. I'm going to stand up next to you.
Claus would not approve. Right.
Bunch of college girls.
Right. No. Becomes no.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
The holiday season is here, and Sartor Heyman is making your shopping easy. Shop our wide selection of necklaces, earrings, or bracelets to our amazing line of watches. Looking for something truly unique? Consider our estate jewelry, or even build your own custom handcrafted piece with our in-house designers. The perfect gift at the perfect price. Christmas memories start with family and Sartor Heyman.
Everybody likes choices when it comes to gifts, and a Max Tan gift card offers spray tanning, UV tanning, and red light therapy at all Lincoln locations. Give the gift that everyone wants this holiday season by visiting any Max Tan location in Lincoln or at maxtan.net.
This is the Adam Carriker Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Boom! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Adam Carriker Show. I'm just going to give you a heads up. We got about 10 to 15 minutes here, and I'm going to be bouncing all over the place from Husker sports to Husker football to college football to the Heisman ceremony to the college football playoff. Let's light this candle. First and foremost, Malachi Coleman is on an official visit to Minnesota. Good luck to that young man. If you choose to row the boat in the future, well, that's your choice, but good luck to you. All right, Creighton, volleyball. Just had their associate head coach on here yesterday. He was an awesome interview. Go check it out if you missed it. They're playing Texas right now in the NCAA tournament. They lost the first set. They're down 0-1. Hopefully, they can make a comeback. And no, that doesn't make me a J-Sker. All right. And Warray, Williams and Warray is, I didn't know this. I knew he was highly recruited, but he is officially the highest-ranked recruit via the transfer portal, but the highest-ranked recruit we've ever brought in. And I actually Googled this to look it up because, no, I don't know these things off the top of my head. It was Dylan Raiola. Number 2 was Marlon Lucky. Then Chris Septak, year 2000, tight end. Then you had Aaron Green, running back, 2011. Baker Steinkuhler, all right, 2008, D tackle. And Ndamukong Suh, defensive tackle, 2005. Courtney Grigsby, my former teammate. I just saw him randomly after 17 years of not seeing him at youth basketball game, my 9-year-old twins basketball game the other day. It was good to see Courtney after all these years. Tyjon Lindsey. All right, I was his first ever collegiate interview. Maybe I'm the reason he left. I don't know. Turner Corcoran, his future is, who knows what it's going to be. But when people are like, our offensive line isn't that talented. BS, educate yourself. Jason Richtenberger, inside linebacker, 2000. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to see what Nwore can do. All right, I said I'm going to be all over the place. Shout out to Alexis Markowski. This actually happened a while ago, but it's never too late to give it a due shout out. She passed the 1,000 rebound mark. All right, when this was posted, it was 1,022, placing her 4th in program history. So shout out to her. This has been such an insane college football season. Had I told you these things were going to happen before the season, what would you have thought? Florida State would go 2-10. Bill Belichick would be coaching in North Carolina. Rich Rodriguez would be back at West Virginia. Scott Frost would be back at UCF. Nick Saban would be the funniest member of the College Game Day crew. I don't know. Pat McAfee's up there, but Nick Saban's funny in his own way. He's like the guy that keeps Pat safe when Pat stands up on the chair and makes the pick at the end, although he did a horns down, which made everything okay. All right. Ohio would try to make flag planting a felony. And
That's
again,
ridiculous.
And again, we're planting flags in turf, people. Think about that. Boise State, this one. Of all these, this is the one I'm like, I would have never thought. Boise State and Arizona State would have playoff byes.
No.
a G5 team with a bye, and the team predicted to finish last in the big. I can't remember. They're in the Big 12 now. Oh my God, it's all over the place. Plus, numbers don't matter for accuracy's sake. Anyways, have first round buys. SMU would get in the playoff over Alabama, which I love, but I would not have called.
Big fan of that. SMU's having a hell of a year.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, their volleyball team got bounced, but both their teams make the postseason.
The volleyball team lost. I wanted revenge on them. Okay, maybe next year. Indiana would be in the playoff and only have one loss. Just think about those things. And you mentioned this earlier. Here's the exact date, September 20, 2025. Belichick at Frost. Ooh. All right. Already talked about Rich Rod going back. Quinn Ewers. You either love or hate college football. There is no in the middle. Quinn Ewers reportedly has a deal on the table for a team in the Big Ten for $4 million to transfer next season and forego the NFL draft. Ewers is reportedly debating on transferring and staying in college for another season or entering the draft. We all know Manning's the starting quarterback next year. Yeah. Okay, we just know that. Ewers he's phenomenal. Manning's only going to wait so long, and people are only going to wait so long for Manning. Several NFL scouts reportedly have Ewers ranked outside of their top 4 quarterbacks in this year's NFL draft. I have not done enough research to know whether I disagree or agree with that yet on the QBs in the NFL draft, but we'll get to that. The Longhorns quarterback is going to get the bag with either decision he makes. This was sent to me from a friend. This is their lingo. Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, USC, and many other possibilities could possibly be on the table for the Longhorns quarterback.
Who do you think it is?
Oh, I didn't even thought about it.
I think it's Ohio State because Michigan is now, I thought it was them at first, but they
all need a quarterback.
Going to get Billy Edwards Jr. from Maryland.
Oh, yeah. And Michigan's got that true freshman coming in for like $80 billion as well.
So I think it's Ohio State.
Or Oregon. They both need quarterbacks.
Oregon's got the UCLA transfer.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Who was backing him up.
I'd still take Ewers over him, though. But you're probably right. It's probably Ohio State.
Yeah.
It's a good point. I hadn't put enough thought into who it was. All right.
Ewers went from like number 1 overall quarterback to second round, third round now. After one injury.
He was the Heisman frontrunner when he got hurt, too.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. And I'm not going to go through the whole list, but Nebraska, it's becoming public who they're offering in the transfer portal. And it's quite a few people, ladies and gentlemen. And a lot of them are like the one I'm looking at right now, just as an example, all MAC offensive tackle Alex Washlinger. I hope I said that right, from Bowling Green. They're kind of doing the Indiana approach to a degree. They want those established guys from smaller schools to come in and have immediate success. There's a high school team out there. They lead the nation in scoring. All right, here's your over-under. I hate that part of the contest. We are changing that someday, although it worked out for me today.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. How many points a game are they averaging? The number 1 scoring high school team in the country.
I mean, it has to be super high, but it can't be terribly high. I'm going to go with a cool 62.
Oh, dude, you so 60. Ooh. So close.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty close. The North Crowley Panthers. All right, their wide receiver number 6, Quentin Gibson, is like Dion is all over this guy trying to get him to come. And Dion doesn't recruit high school guys, so that tells you how good he is. They're out of Fort Worth, Texas. All right, and that Quentin Gibson, probably going to be the National Player of the Year. Not the quarterback, the receiver. All right, their quarterback is the track star, probably going to go to college in track. I believe the 100 and 200 are his strengths. They have 2 D1 running backs, 1 committed to UNLV, 1 committed to SMU. The score of their last game was 82-14, just for perspective's sake.
That's ridiculous.
All right, now, Riley Van Poppel is the son of Todd Van Poppel. Todd was a pitcher. I did not know this, which is why I'm bringing it up, was a pitcher in the major leagues 4 years. I thought that was a cool fact. All right, you've probably seen this off social media. A University of Nebraska student has been going viral for wearing random sports jerseys to his geography class all semester.
Jersey guy.
Yes. And this guy, so there's a video of him walking in. I'm now looking at the picture of him seeing all the jerseys that are in his seat, just sitting there waiting for him. All right, so Fanatics surprised him today. This is a day or two ago, with a year's worth of free jerseys sitting in his chair in the front row. It's not a small pile of jerseys. He's actually got an old school Seahawks jersey on, which I love. He's got
some cool jerseys.
So I'm going to go through some of them that stood out to me. So the neon green Russell Wilson, all right, was one of them. Jackson Smith and Jigba. And I love that it's college, it's pros, it's various sports.
I don't know where his jersey collection came from.
It's phenomenal.
It's awesome.
It's the best I've ever seen. All right, so Jackson Smith and Jigba. All right, next up, Freddie Garcia, if you don't know who that is, Major League Baseball player. All right. Luka Doncic, so we got the NBA in here as well. Nick Van Exel, old school NBA. I love that too. It's modern. It's old school. It's college. It's pro. It's everything. I'm going to be honest. I am unfamiliar with who this is. Paul Konerko. Do you know who that is?
Paul Konerko? Yes, baseball player.
All right.
Yeah.
I
believe he played for the White Sox.
It looks like a Phillies jersey. I can only see the back. Number 14 looks like a Phillies jersey.
Konerko played for, but yeah, good player. Real good player.
I wanted it in here because it's Major League Baseball. LeBron James, who is taking a leave of absence, but he's got his jersey on. James Harden. So apparently he doesn't root for guys who play defense, but he's got James Harden on.
Offense is more fun.
It is more fun. Aaron Judge. I love Aaron Judge. I know he struggled in the World Series. I love so many things about him. And one of the interesting facts is he actually had more D1 football offers out of high school than baseball. You probably knew that, but I've always loved that fact.
Big dog.
Ricky Williams, not the Texas. I wouldn't bring that. I almost said a different word. That jersey up.
Careful now.
It's the Bears one. All right. Rico, name a college football player who's not Ndamukong Suh, because that's the first one everyone's going to say, and rightfully so.
Okay.
I know who the next one is for me anyways. Name a college football player who should have won the Heisman but didn't.
Should have won the Heisman but didn't?
Yes.
Tommy Frazier.
That was my number. That was immediately when I said don't name Sue. I was like, he's going to go to exactly what I would do.
Or
not Nebraska.
My personal favorite, Jordan Lynch.
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois. Yep.
Ooh. So I remember that, obviously. I remember when they played Florida State in the bowl game. That was really the first G5 team where you knew they were going to get in no matter what. Because Boise had gotten in, Utah had gotten in, but it wasn't like automatic.
Nope.
It didn't go great, but that's okay. All right. Oh, red alert, ladies and gentlemen. This is via Connor Happer. I guess I can shout him out. It's my show. I understand the conflict there. It's okay. Nebraska he's a good dude. Nebraska plays 3 teams who have a bye the week before they face the Huskers. And then he goes, adjust your win total accordingly. How dare he violate my Kool-Aid drinking? All right.
There you go.
I thought that was an interesting stat, though. Here's another one. We got about 5 minutes here, I believe.
Yeah, a little bit of time left.
Bear Alexander. So I've talked multiple times this year about the defensive tackle out of USC who entered the transfer portal after 4 games. All right. I'm rooting for this guy, but it's an interesting story. Bear Alexander played for 4 different high schools in 4 years, went to Georgia, or committed to Georgia, decommitted to Georgia, committed back to Georgia. Wasn't the clear starter after the spring, after his freshman year, transferred to USC, played 4 games. The 4th game was against Michigan. He played 30% of the snaps, entered the transfer portal. He's in the transfer portal right now. Rico, would you want him here at Nebraska? By the way, he's huge, athletic, ridiculously fast, and he's the number 1 ranked defensive lineman in the transfer portal right now. Would you take him if you wanted to commit here?
2 different things. Do I want him? Yes. Would I take him? No.
You wouldn't take him?
I would not. I would love to have him here, but there's no guarantee that he stays here for the entire season.
I agree with that. It's too
too risky.
We all know what it is. All right.
Yeah, somebody's going to take a chance, and it'll probably work for them, but it's risky.
All right. The Heisman Trophy ceremony is tomorrow. Rico and I were talking about this during the break. If you're like me and you completely forgot the college football awards were last night, all right, Travis Hunter, won the Bednarik, given annually to the top defensive player in America, which is interesting because he wasn't up for the Thorpe Award, which is the top DB. How that works, I'll never understand. And the Blitnikoff, which is the top receiver. Nobody's ever won both. All right. By the way, he also won the Lot Impact Trophy. That's not as talked about as much, but I know that because I'm a Lot Impact Trophy panelist, so I actually voted on these guys. So he won more than just those awards. Ashton Genty. So these are the top 2 guys. You got Cam Ward and Dylan Gabriel. The disrespect that guy has shown, just under the radar. He needs more respect thrown on his name.
He's just hanging out.
But he may win a national title, so he'll be okay.
Yeah.
And owns every career throwing record in college football history because he's really good and he's been playing for 92 years. Now,
he played for 12 years.
I rounded up. You rounded down. National voters took notice of Ashton Genty's dominant 2024 campaign. He was the 35th Doak Walker Award winner, best running back in America, and the Maxwell Award at Thursday's ESPN Home Depot shows, which is the Player of the Year award. I think in any other year, Hunter, Genty almost assuredly win the Heisman. Who's going to win Saturday when they're going head-to-head? What do you got, Rico?
I think it should be Ashton Genty. The fact that he was able to run over everybody, run through everybody, run around everybody, and for anybody that wants to say, oh, well, he wouldn't have done it against Power 4. Well, against Oregon, he put up 180-plus yards, okay? Who's to say he wouldn't have done it for the whole season? I don't know, but guess what? He kept putting up yards. He kept scoring touchdowns. He came extremely close to breaking Barry Sanders' record.
He still might.
Everybody thought.
He still might.
And some people don't want to count bowl games. Guess what? The bowl games count. I don't care what you say. So he came really close to the regular season. He could still break it. if you take him off that Boise State team, they're a completely different team. If you switch Travis Hunter and Ashton Genty, I don't know what the records are, but I think Colorado might run the ball a whole hell of a lot more and play really well because they still have a ton of good receivers and some really good corners on that team as well. I don't think Travis Hunter makes that big of a difference on Boise State.
I still don't think they run the ball that much.
Yeah, they'll throw it to him out of the backfield.
Well, there you go. I still don't think they run it that much, but I get your point. He ran for 182 versus Oregon, and Boise only lost by 3. Now, just for comparison, Ashton Genty has more rushing yards than Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram, Reggie Bush, all 3 Heisman Trophy winners. He averages, and when people talk about the amount of carries, he averages more yards per carry than Derrick Henry and Reggie Bush. Mark Ingram. To be clear, I don't care who wins. Either one of them would win 99% of the time in other years. And I don't think we've ever had a Heisman Trophy winner play in the Alamo Bowl, Colorado, and they're going to play in the bowl game.
Actually,
Shedeur
they have.
and Travis. They have? Who?
Robert Griffin III.
Oh, that's right.
Against Washington when they put up 1 million points.
That is correct.
Fun game.
All right. Well, this is the second Heisman Trophy winner to ever play in the Alamo Bowl when Colorado takes on BYU. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. Army, Navy. Who are you rooting for? I don't know enough to make a pick.
Go Navy.
Navy?
Yep.
Army just because Navy has the advantage and I want to balance it out. Until next time, go Big Red Nose. Remember to throw the ball.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467